you guys? It's Jesse here at Babe Boy Views. So, you know me, I'm always a little foot into the politics, or at least try to stay in that same sphere. So I was listening to a very controversial person for a very long time. His name's Carlson. Everybody knows him. Hopefully you do. And I was just listening to his live stream on Rumble. It was kind of just, I believe it was like episodes that just kept playing through. And, yeah. So I wanted to just touch on a couple of bullet points that I guess I took out of this podcast that I was listening to, or to his, I guess you could say his newscast. And you guys go ahead and form an idea for yourselves. I just kind of wanted to, relay these messages to everybody. Hopefully everybody gets some value out of this. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe right now. Let me know what you guys think. But here we go. So Biden talks about Iraq when he really meant Ukraine. So this was most recently in a video. A lot of people would just be like, hey, he's getting old, leave the man alone. He goes on to say that, since he was involved in Iraq and, something, I would just look over this one, honestly. It's not the biggest bullet point, but I figured that since he talked about it for a good 30-40 minutes, I'd bring it up. But, the situation in Ukraine and the situation of Iraq, I guess you can say that, we destabilized the Middle East or something like that. And it looks like something that we're involved in, again, in a part that doesn't really involve us, because, they're not a part of NATO, but we're just feeding them weapons. Anyways, on to the next topic. So, RFK shaking truth of science. So, I don't know if you guys seen the Joe Rogan podcast. I talked about it in a different video. There's this doctor called Peter Holt, and Joe Rogan. He goes on and he tries to set up a debate between these two, because they're just talking shit on the internet. And Joe Rogan says, you know what? I'll donate a large sum amount of money for for your favorite foundation. And a lot of people get into it. A lot of people start talking shit. A lot of money's on the table. Boy, cat's out. Peter Holtz gets taken down. RFK 1, Peter Holtz 0. So the thing that kind of scares, because this debate was supposed to be about COVID, so the thing that scares me is that, if a scientist that gets on TV and talks all this shit, and then is almost demanding that people like you and me, have to take these shots, like almost trying to make it mandatory. This is this guy, by the way. Goes on to these news broadcasts and starts talking all this shit, and like all these non-vaccinated people are gonna end up killing all y'all type stuff. So it kind of gives me some type of perspective to think about why they didn't debate, because I feel like if Peter just went on there and debated, and even if he just came out there with the facts that he has in front of him, that's all he needed to stick to. There's a script. You're not the person that invented it. You're not the person pushing it. You're just a figurehead that's supposed to be a doctor, right? But that's just me. Going on to the next one. Biden putting Trump in jail. Okay, so I don't know if you've been watching the news lately or not, but Trump's been out, been in court for the Stormy Daniels thing that he ended up making money on. He should have went to Vegas after that. It was on a roll. But right now they're trying to indict him for documents that was found in Mar-a-Lago. So I guess I'll just let that one play out, let that resonate with y'all. But he also goes on and talks about Ukraine and how we're doing a proxy war. and we're just feeding them money. I don't know. That's not my cup of tea. I'm not the person dictating this stuff. I see it. I know what I want out of it, and you can't tell me that us sending money out there is something that I want out of it. And that's basically where I stand on it. But hopefully you guys are caught up with some of the stuff that I saw. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.